My name's John Lawrence. I lead a team called the AWS SaaS Factory. And today we're here with Omnistrate, one of our partners, Kamal Gupta, who's the CEO of Omnistrate, to better understand Omnistrate and kind of what moves him. So welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John.
So, so Kamal, in kind of a nutshell, what's the kind of core value proposition for Omnistrate? Like as a founder and a sort of serial startup entrepreneur myself, why should I think of Omnistrate? Kind of probably right out the gate, maybe.
Yeah, we think of Omnistate as a developer platform to build your software distribution channels. There are several kind of those software distribution channels. I mean, we have on-prem, bring your own cloud, BYOC, we typically call it, PaaS, SaaS, and now Agentic SaaS. And customers may need multiple of these distribution channels to meet their customer needs. That you can think of in layman terms, we call it like a FedEx of app distribution, right? But the technical term is really the control plane, essentially. And what that control plane is doing is managing your tenants, subscription, deployments, infrastructure, automating operations, and then integrating with all the developer tooling, whether it's open source and SaaS, that as an accessories of observability and alerting and how you do billing, etc.
Awesome, that's awesome. So, I'm using these modern AI tools to actually render my ideas right now, but I haven't had to interact with the cloud so much yet, right? So how does using Omnistrate kind of help me skip some of that heavy lifting of building directly on the cloud?
Yeah. So I think one of the core challenges is you have so much open source and SaaS tooling available, but how do you really bring it together and build a platform? And we think of OmniState as like a co-pilot for platform teams, for them to be able to bring everything together that operates and manage the all the tooling, the application and infrastructure in a holistic way.
Awesome. So it really doesn't matter whether I'm building something that's a little more full stack oriented or a whole bunch of microservices. You support all those configurations out the
That's
box.
exactly right. We support containerized application, jobs, and Lambda functions. You can run on Kubernetes. We don't have yet the support for bare metal, but that's something we can easily extend. The whole idea is to build a general purpose control plane system that can just uniformly work across any environment, across any kind of application, irrespective of the operating system, irrespective of the environment, irrespective of the cloud account, irrespective of the region, and don't have to worry about those complexities when you're thinking about putting together all the tooling.
Awesome, awesome. Earlier today, we were talking about the importance of data,
Yeah.
right? And where your data lives and its role in this world of agentic applications. How does Omnistrate really facilitate that, right? So I don't have to actually, you know, get into the deep plumbing of all of these different data services.
Yeah, I mean, if you think as a broader landscape, that everything starts from an idea and then it gets into the design and building an application. But every application has to go through the transformation of going into a product, which is to build a distribution channel. And so that's where we typically come in, is basically for all the application or AI agents or AI applications to how do you go that last mile, essentially.
Got it, got it. Okay. So I can probably take a look at some of these other AI kind of agent orchestration platforms and layer that on top of my solution that is being managed by Omnistrate. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Awesome. Great.
In fact, you can do the same for example, any open source, or and you want to just run it internally or offer to your customers. The whole point is basically we want the customers to focus on building their core innovation, solving the real problems, as opposed to worrying about these undifferentiated things.
Got it. Got it. So, and I could use Omnistrate for my data platform to support mobile or web or agentic apps. It doesn't really matter, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Great. And so, one of the things that I'm also, very aware of is go-to-market is very important, right? And so, here at AWS, we really lean in with our partners and customers to help them go to market in the marketplace. How does Omnistrate facilitate that?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the core challenge that we see with customers is how do they really build a working marketplace offer, SaaS offer, right? And usually what happens, there are a lot of listings which are amazing and they have, they work, but they barely works. It puts a lot of burden on their customers to be able to adopt the technology. The burden of installing, even if it is running the cloud formation stack, the burden of operating, the burden of upgrading. And so what Omnistrate is trying to do is uplifting that interface to make the marketplace listing the true SaaS offer listing, making it easier for all AWS partner customers to be able to consume the application in a seamless way.
Got it. So if I direct customers to the AWS Marketplace to acquire usage of my application, and my application's living inside an Omnistrate managed environment, is that my account or is that an Omnistrate account? Does it matter?
No, it matters a lot. And in fact, the control plane, what the technical term I was talking about earlier, we generate a control plane and that lives in your account or the customer's account. And from there, the application can live either in their account or any account that they would like to. And that is the whole point of the control plane, is to have that platform that just works uniformly. It doesn't care about the environment. It doesn't care about the tooling. You want to replace the observability tool tomorrow, you can do so. You want to change the alerting tool tomorrow, you can do so. And imagine a world where we have these open interfaces with each of these developer tooling in each of the areas and having this one universal platform that enables us to evolve as the needs of the businesses are changing. Um, that is what we call a true control plane. And that's what we are essentially trying to build here.
Awesome, awesome. So just so I understand, like I can stand up my new software company in my own AWS account. The control plane lives there,
Yes,
and then my customers could either be in a kind of shared pooled environment if I wanted to, or in a siloed environment of their own.
100%.
Right. And so that also means that if I want to go for a SOC 2 compliance or some other similar compliance paradigm, the environment's easily inspectable and reportable.
That's exactly right. And now, to that point, John, there are different distribution model. So if you choose to build a control plane only for on-prem distribution, it's only going to do that, right? And so you're not going to have a infrastructure compliance done. But if you're truly building a SaaS experience or agentic SaaS experience, you're really talking about customers not worrying about the cost, performance, or scalability without compromising the reliability or security. So they don't worry about that. The customers, the end customers, can just simply consume the application and go off the rails.
Got it. Got it. Okay. And kind of one last question, kind of putting my entrepreneur hat on and
Yeah.
saying like, I've got this POC that I made and I've showed some early stage or seed investors. What point should I engage Omnistrate in this process?
Yeah, I mean, you can really come at any point in honestly in the journey. All we need is the application and your cloud account, and you can configure your deployment channels, and that's it. We will take care of the rest from there to build your control plane, to deploy your control plane. And if you decided to enable few distribution models, you can have few of them, or selective ones of them. You want to enable all of them, you can enable all of them to cater. For example, you may still have on-prem for air-gapped environments. You may still have BYOC because their customers may have requirements to be deployed in their customer account, especially for all the agentic applications are now getting deployed in customers account. You may have your own PaaS or SaaS offering to just provide a seamless experience to a developer who doesn't want to know anything about your tool or application and just want to build and leverage what you're offering to build or to solve the higher level problem. And so you can build any type of distribution or, to your earlier point about that, isolate the tenants with the way you want to, essentially to, I guess, balance the cost and scale and performance because they go hand in hand and you're making trade-offs across that. And obviously, you're not going to compromise the reliability and security. So that's the whole point.
Got it. And so if I were to use Omnistrate to go from my POC to kind of first customer, do I need my own DevOps staff or
No,
team?
no. In fact, DevOps teams is now thinking at a different plane. It is acting as a co-pilot for the DevOps team. So you may still need a platform team, but the platform team role is to think about what rather as opposed to how. And so they can now function, really understand what does business need. They can stay ahead of the game and really figure it out. What are the requirements of the business? Where are customers sitting? How to make it reachable and cater to what requirements do they have and configure those requirements as opposed to putting the plumbing together yet again and again.
Got it. Yeah, no, that plumbing can take some time. So,
A lot of time.
and Kamal, thank you for your time today. I look forward to seeing the demo we're going to see a little later today, so I can get a kind of firsthand experience of what this really is going to be like. So,
No, thank
um,
you for having me. I'm excited to be here.